Hare Krishna. We continue reading from Teachings of Queen Kunti. We are on Prayer 21, which is in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, Text 38. We have already been reading the purport lies Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and we'll continue with it. Just read the translation. As the name and fame of a particular body is finished with the disappearance of the living spirit, similarly, if you do not look upon us, all our fame and activities, along with the Pandavas and Yadus, will end at once. So continuing to read, Krishna himself personally comes because we do not have the eyes to see Krishna and cannot understand him. He comes himself, otherwise how would people know how does he look? You know, to stop the speculation, to stop the imagination, he comes himself. When we contemplate the form of God, we think that because God created millions and millions of years ago, he must be a very old man. You know, we may have that idea that, oh, God created such millions and millions of years ago, and in our time, millions and millions means very ancient, very old, you know, must be wrinkly, must be having white hair and a long beard or something like that. And he wears all white. But so that's our imagination. But Krishna comes himself and shows us, this is who I am, this is how I look. Therefore, God personally comes before us so that we can see what he is. That is his kindness. So God is coming before us and telling us, I am God. You know, he's showing us how he looks. And that is his kindness. Otherwise, we would keep on speculating. Oh, maybe God is wrinkly. Maybe he's bent and maybe he has a stick. Maybe he wears white robes and has like long, long white beard or something. No, the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 4, Text 7, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijami aham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. God comes to this world in person. He leaves behind his instructions like those of Bhagavad Gita, and he leaves behind his devotees who can explain who God is. Still, we are so stubborn that we do not accept God. This is foolishness. In Bhagavad Gita, those who do not accept God are called mudha, rascals and fools. Krishna says that avajananti mam mudha manusham tanum ashritam, that fools deride me when I come in this human-like form. They're foolish. I've come here and they think I'm an ordinary human being like them. And so they are foolish. So Prabhupada would give this example that the king is going to the prison and the prisoner is foolish. He's thinking, oh, the king has become a prisoner. Instead of taking advantage, oh, the king is here, let me talk to him and let me ask him if he can help me get out of here. We start thinking, oh, the king is also a prisoner. So we are thinking, oh, God is also ordinary like me. What is God going to do? Nothing. I am God. So this is our foolishness. God is come. He's giving his instructions. One of his instructions is Bhagavad Gita. And he's left behind devotees also who can explain to us about him. But we are very stubborn. We say, no, no. And so we are being called foolish, mudha. God exists and God's energy also exists. So if we cannot see God, we can at least see his energy. We may not see the electric powerhouse and the engineer within it generating power, but we use electricity in so many ways. Therefore, we should inquire where this electricity comes from. This is intelligence. And if one inquires in this way, he will eventually find the powerhouse itself. You know, so we are getting the power at home. We turn on the light and the light switches on, the bulb lights up. So we should ask, hey, where's it coming from? Where is it coming from? Then if we do research work, we'll understand, oh, there's a powerhouse. Oh, there's an engineer behind it. Similarly, this entire world, we see so many wonderful things happening. Law of gravity. We discover so many different laws of this material nature. But who is the lawmaker? Who is the lawmaker? That is the intelligent question. Similarly, if one studies further to find out who is running the powerhouse, one will find a human being. Although the electricity is impersonal, and even the powerhouse is impersonal, the man behind everything is a person. Similarly, God is a person. This is a logical conclusion. How can he be impersonal? That which is impersonal has no intelligence. We have invented so many very wonderful machines, but the machines are not intelligent. The intelligence belongs to the operator. We have created so many wonderful machines. We may say autopilot for the plane, but who created that autopilot plane? There's a person, there's a brain behind it. There's a person behind Prabhupada would say that there's a person who has made the plane. It can't just fly by itself. So therefore, Krishna says, Maya Dyakshena Prakritihi Suyate Sacharacharam. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, Maya Dyakshena Prakritihi Suyate Sacharacharam. You are seeing the energy displayed in the wonderful actions and reactions of this material cosmic manifestation. But don't think that they are working independently. No, I am behind them. He's saying it. We just have to accept it. But we are stubborn and we don't want to accept what Krishna says. He's saying this whole material creation, this very wonderful material creation, you are thinking it is automatic? No. She's not independent. She's working under my direction, Maya Dyakshena, under my supervision. I'm looking at her. Maya Dyakshena, my eyes. Maya Adyakshena, my eyes, Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. I am behind them. Krishna further says, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina matsthani sarva bhutani na chaham teshav avasthitaha. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 4. That which is avyakta, unmanifested, also has a murti, a form. The sky, for example, is avyakta, unmanifest, but it also has a form, the round form of the universe. If we go to the ocean, there also we shall find a form, like that of a big circle. Without form, there is nothing. Everything has a form, even that which is supposedly impersonal. So, avyakta murtina, jagat avyakta murtina. Krishna says that this entire universe is pervaded by me. I am pervading this entire universe. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. So Prabhupada is saying, we may say the sky is impersonal, but still it has a form, right? The ocean is impersonal. Still there is a form. It's like a circle or something, some form is there. Otherwise, how will we describe the ocean? Therefore, the idea that everything is zero or impersonal is foolish. Behind the impersonal feature and the so-called voidness is the supreme form, Krishna. We cannot imagine nothing. Or what does nothing look like? That also we will put some form in our head for it. We'll put a space which is black. So we are putting that, oh, there is this black space. So we are giving form to it also. There is nothing that we can imagine without a form, actually. we may say, okay, there is bright light. But again, we are giving it a form that, oh, there is this huge expanse of sky and it is all bright. So we are giving it a form. Okay, so behind the impersonal feature and the so-called voidness is the supreme form, Krishna, Ishvara Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. The word Ishvara means control. Ishvara, controller. Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma says, who is the supreme controller? That is Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna. The supreme controller is Krishna. Satchid Ananda Vigraha. He has a form of eternal bliss and knowledge. Nature is not controlling itself. The real controller is Krishna. Why do we say, oh, the will of the Lord, by God's will? Whatever we will see by God's will, right? We say that because Krishna is controlling. Krishna is controlling. So when we say controlling, Krishna is controlling. So he's a person. Who is that person who's controlling? Ichanu Rupam api yasya cha chestate sa. The Brahma Samhita 544 says that Prakriti or Durga, the deity of material nature, is working under the direction of Govinda, Krishna. So Brahma Samhita 544, Lord Brahma's prayers. Further, the Lord Brahma's prayers are very beautiful, very beautiful. And in one of the verses, he's saying that Durga Devi, who's the personification of material nature, she's working under the control of Govinda. How is she working? Just like a shadow. Below our hand is its shadow. And as our hand moves, the shadow moves. Behind all manifestations, there is motion. I have sometimes given the example of the shunting of the big cars in a railway line. The engine gives the motion and pushes one car, which then pushes another, and so on. Similarly, who set up the motion of the cosmic manifestation? That original motion giver is Krishna. So we heard in Srimad Bhagavatam that how the creation happened. Material nature, she's lying dormant. She's sleeping. But when Purusha, when Mahavishnu glances at her, she begins the activity. Prabhupada is giving a very nice analogy that the engine of the train gives a nice energy, pulls, and all the cars of the train, they move along. So if someone who's not seeing the engine and just seeing the cars will think, oh, these cars of the train are moving automatically. But if they go in the front, they'll see, oh, that's the engine. It's because the power is coming from the engine. That's why all the cars are coming. As soon as the engine is taken away, the cars can't do anything. They're just stopped there. Although they have the wheels, they have all the arrangements are there, but they can't move. So excellent analogy. Yeah. Is that okay? For us to understand that, yeah, Krishna is there behind the working of the material world. Did you want to add anything?
No, it's perfect.
Okay, thank you. This is the first time I've read it, but maybe I didn't pay attention to it before, but this train analogy makes complete sense. Yeah, Prabhupada's analogies.
I heard this train analogy in one of the very first classes, and then this attracted me a lot. That how there has to be a train coming, then you just see the train, and then you go inside, you see the engine, you see the seats,
oh yeah, that's another analogy. Oh yeah, yeah. That's another analogy. That is to understand the position of...
the Paramatma, the three. But then I'm just telling that how this train analogy, first I heard there, and then this is the second time, like how, like how he has used the same, like how he has used the practical things to make you understand. Then we can relate with those things.
Yes. Yes. Otherwise, we won't be able to understand, right? Yes. Very right. Yes. Yes, thank you. Because we can understand based on our experience. Yes, thank you.
And then there you have even the engine one. They had also, in one of the classes, they had also given, like, they had made a train with the 3 compartments attached. The engine one, there was an engine, and then there were 3 bogies attached. Then they said that what is the reason that the last bogie, the 3rd bogie, is being pulled? So the reason is the second one. What is the second reason that it's being pulled? The first one. So now what is the reason for the first one to be pulled? It's engine. So now what is the reason of the engine? That is a man, like, who's driving the coal or whatever. But then there has to be that man to switch it on, even if it is automatic. So that means that, yes. So yes, their explanations are very, very powerful. And how we can relate with it. That yes, when I am cooking, like, the food won't appear itself. If I just keep all the carrots in the kitchen and I go out and I say, please, or the food will be, but then how? So then how can this beautiful, beautiful creation, and it is not, and our what we manufacture might have defaults because it is tested and tried, but Krishna is one whose creation doesn't even have a tinge of fault. It is so perfect in everything, like even our body. It is so nicely made. It has every part has a function, but it is just that we don't care about it. We want to use it in our own way. Then the problems occur. I want to eat more than what is required for it. I don't want to exercise. I don't want to sleep more than what is required, or I don't want to go and breathe in nicely. Do you? So then, yes, I don't want to. If I don't know how to use, then definitely any machine will be, broken if I don't know how to use it. So yes, we need to have that Bhagavad Gita manual to know how to use this machine of ours. So yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we'll stop with that. Thank you. Kunti Maharani ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you for beautifully wrapping it up. Hare